Gemini, and welcome to your weekly tarot. Now this will take you from the 11th to the 18th, and so just give me a minute, Gemini. You've got quite a big week, really. Two Queens and the Empress, so a lot of strengthening, a lot of prosperity, quite a lot of love, to tell you the truth. That's what I'm picking up. There's an awful lot of love around for you, Gemini. Your additional guidance card is the Soulmates card. So it's definitely a relationship theme here. I don't think there's much doubt about it. At the bottom of the deck, which is right at this represents the subconscious mind, okay? That part of us that drives all our life, but that we generally don't know it, okay? It's the root of the situation is the Death card, very powerful, major arcana. It's about transformation, shredding old lives, so a new life can begin, okay? Because that's all the Death card means. We let go of one identity, one job, so a new job can start. We let go of one relationship, and eventually we move on to a new one. The Death card is very, very powerful because it represents a really, really deep, deep part of us. It represents Scorpio, which represents the soul, which is the evolutionary principle that guides our life. Sorry to go on. I just find it quite an exciting card, the Death card. Your crowning card is the Page of Wands, and opportunities, new potentials, new growth. So there seems to be this change at the bottom of the deck, and what's sprouting from that change is potentials for the future. So just give me a minute. I'm just seeing so many things here, and I'm trying to bring it into a 10-minute reading. You start the week, 10 of Discs, okay, which is about the disc represents the earthly, tangible parts of our lives: money, job, career, housing. If it's a relationship, it'd be bringing it into a much more stable position, because this would be, it'd be like marriage, living together. It'd be a very, very secure bond, okay? So I'm not quite sure what that means, but it's right next to this Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, again, is this very, very stable energy. It's about nurturement, security, love, caring for yourself. So these two cards together actually speak volumes to me. They speak, Gemini, of you either with this Queen or within your own self, moving to a very stable, very secure level in your life. I'm sorry if I'm getting quite a lot of impressions coming through, because there's a paradox here, okay? And that's why I'm a bit not confused, because you need to let go of one life to get another life, okay? Because it comes with the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups is ultimately a spiritual search, okay? It's you know, those times in our life when we have this, we have that, but there's a feeling that something more is required. And generally that more is our inner life, okay? It's the spiritual search. It's about bringing our inner life into blossom. Ultimately, that's what the 8 of Cups means, but it has a lot of different meanings, and it can mean having to leave something behind in order to move into this different phase of your life. I don't know what. It's going to be different things for different people, but what I feel for you, Gemini, is there's an energy pulling you forward. It's called evolution, and if we ignore evolution, we ignore it at our own peril. We all do it, I do it, okay? But there's a potential here for you to move your life into a much more loving, much more nurturing, and much more deeper stage. It's with the three of Pentacles again, which is group work, it's cooperation, community work. I'm definitely getting a bit of a work theme here, but Gemini, this also can mean being torn between two people. Okay, there's no doubt about it. It shows up quite often in a triangular situation. So I don't know. And that's sort of been quite strong, particularly because you've got the Death card and the Eight of Cups. That there might be a decision that something's not been making you happy and you're being pulled to make some changes, okay? This might only be for a few people. You then go to the Four of Wands with the Ten of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Wands, new beginning again, crossing a threshold, number 4. With the number 4 card, it's quite often a graduation, news about a baby, a marriage, moving house. It comes with the Ten of Wands, which means there's a long difficult phase that potentially is coming to an end. It's only potentially, Gemini, because we can easily not listen to the messages that we receive, okay? It's up to you if you listen, but it seems to be a force. This Four of Wands comes with a 10, which means there's a new phase wanting to start, and this old pattern of carrying the world on your shoulders is coming to an end. As always, the choice is yours. You end in the Empress with the Queen of Wands. So again, it's a really strong feminine energy, and mostly very, very earthy, very sensual, very deep energy, because the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles is both very about sensuality. The Queen of Wands is very passionate, okay? She's fiery. I always call her that queen, quite streetwise queen, because she's been where she's been and she lives to tell the tale, and so she's got a strength about her that has came through experience, that's came through knowledge. She's also about passion, sexuality, very, very strong magnetic attraction to this queen. The Empress again is a very different quality, sensuality. Both together represent passion, sensuality and love. I'm trying to get this reading clear, Gemini. It's quite deep and it's quite profound. What I'm getting, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. So this was my reading. There's a force calling you forward. It's called evolution, because that's what the Death card means, to move towards new life here, okay? I think it's potentially with a relationship, because you've got the soulmates card, but you're going to have to follow it, and you might be called to leave some stuff behind, because we can't take everything with us, literally, okay? So you've been asked to move forward. It could be with this queen, moving this queen into a much more stable relationship position, but it's a new chapter that wants to begin, and this sort of very oppressing, very heavy energy is ready to shift, basically. And ending the week with the Empress is just about love. She's a Taurus card. She is nature, nurturing, she multiplies, she understands. As she gives love, she automatically receives it. And the Queen of Wands is about passion. She's one of the fire signs or fire sign sun and moon. It's a sort of magnetic attraction, very dynamic, very assertive. That's the sort of energy. Very, very powerful week ahead, Gemini. You can always avoid it. We can always avoid falling apart. I wouldn't advise it to anyone, but you're being pulled to new life here. It's just, and I like it. I can't do it for you though, Gemini, okay? If it's not a huge relationship thing, it's about work, money, security, stability, housing, land, inheritance, business, okay? They're all looking really exciting, but again, the call is the Death card, which is evolution, so you might be asked to grow beyond your horizons. That's when the fear comes in, okay? Because as you're asked to grow beyond your safety zone, we're having to let go of some stuff, and that's when the fear hits, okay? I'm sorry this was complex, Gemini. There's nothing I can do with the cards I get. They're the messages that you're meant to hear, and I'm just a deliverer. Okay, Gemini, loads of love. Wish you well. Bye.